Do you experience any acid reflux or other digestive issues and you've been told to sleep on a wedge pillow? Now, it's not to say this is potentially bad advice. If someone is experiencing these symptoms, it can actually be quite helpful to reduce those symptoms by sleeping on a wedge pillow. However, unfortunately, this generally won't deal with the cause. It's going to be reducing some of those symptoms that they have, much like, say, some medication will, and in the short term, it may be very helpful. But for a lot of patients, we find this then becomes something chronic that they have to use all the time, and they may find that it's hard for them to do things like traveling, hard for them to go and see family members because they won't always have that wedge pillow with them. And when they are sleeping on the wedge pillow, it can result in other problems starting as well. This can lead to stiffness in the neck, it may lead to back pain. This can even get further and change over time and become things like, say, headaches, migraines. Some people may start to feel some symptoms in the arm, and generally it can be more uncomfortable. So while having a wedge pillow is not necessarily a bad part of advice, and it can help to some extent reduce the symptoms of acid reflux, it doesn't really address the cause of why the acid reflux is there in the first place. This is where doing an assessment to find out more about what's happening with that person. It's something we see a lot here in the practice, where people will have had digestive issues such as acid reflux, IBS, and it may be that they've already had all these tests, such as, say, a scope. They may have gone for other types of tests for bacteria like H. pylori. And they may have had even some other treatments which had helped to some extent, but it's something that keeps coming back over time. And in some cases, this may be an issue going on in the nervous system, particularly something happening in the top part of the neck, affecting those control centers which affect your digestion, which are then sending the wrong messages down to the stomach, so it's overproducing acid, and it's not getting rid of acid at the same rate that it should be. So the body is then overproducing it, producing this feeling. The wedge pillow may help with some of the symptoms, but if the body keeps overproducing the acid in this way because the communication system is not working as it should, it's going to keep happening over time, and it won't change for the long term. Here in the practice, like I mentioned, we have lots of experience with cases similar like this, especially if someone has already been through some other medical tests and then they haven't been able to see any changes with their case. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments, or you can send us a message or even a WhatsApp at 8438 9550, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can to see if we can help you with your case.